Okay, high schools have a new policy they say is aimed at getting students to start the day 100% focused on learning.
Policy focuses on what administrators call proper bathroom behavior. In a First Alert update, Holly Brantley's live in Green Bay tonight with more details. Holly.
Bill, the policy came out after Preble High School's principal says they noticed what they call undesirable behavior. Students coming to class late, still in the bathroom, fixing their hair or putting on makeup, or creating TikTok videos, all distractions to learning. So they sent home this letter to parents saying that those behaviors were also creating concerns for other students who wanted to use bathrooms as nature intended. It goes on to say to start the day with all students in the classrooms, all restrooms aside from the commons and main office single restroom will be closed until approximately 7:45 a.m. Lori Blakesley is the school's director of communications. She says the overall goal is to help students begin the day focused 100% on maximizing their educational experience.
What's happening at most of our high schools are looking at having to implement some way of minimizing disruptions by either students creating damage or other things in a bathroom, or again just students loitering in the restroom and making sure that they're that they're in the classroom where they need to be versus being in the bathroom.
Moving forward, they are considering removing mirrors in some restrooms to further cut down on loitering. Live in Green Bay, Holly Brantley, Action 2 News.